Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. So for the first time since November 17th, we're going to get an inside look into exactly how Dan Bilzerian lives in 41,000 square feet, which just to basically imagine like a football field and then put a house on top of it with Dan Bilzerian. That's basically it. So with that said, it's going to be a crazy episode right after you destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and feel free to subscribe because you're going to want to see what comes after this. And now with that said, here's how Dan Bilzerian lives. Oh, why did they film it like that? I feel like they just filmed this in RAW and then never did any color correction to it. But you know what? This house, I believe this house is actually in Las Vegas, which is where I am too. And this thing is so big.
When did you get this place?
2018.
And this is the start of the master suite?
Yeah.
Wow, they don't even start with the front of the house. They just go straight to the master suite, which is, I'm looking at the bathroom here. This bathroom is bigger than my living room. And my living room is big. But this is bigger than that. Imagine just a living room in a bed. Like, they have a bench where people could sit. People. I didn't say a person. Multiple people could sit here and just look at the bathtub. Big enough for another, 10 people in it? So you could host your own party in this bathroom, basically.
For smoking concentrates.
How often do you do that?
I used to do it a lot, man. Like 3-4 times a day, all the time.
That's how he's able to get a lot of this as a write-off. It's just he calls every room a showroom. You walk into the bathroom, oh, this is my bathroom showroom. Walk into the closet, oh yeah, this is my showroom for this. And meanwhile, he's just writing it off.
The bedroom.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Chelsea.
What? Is this real? I've always felt like when they film like MTV Cribs, they set up scenes like this to be kind of like funny. I can't even tell. He's three of them. And I can't imagine he wouldn't give a heads up and be like, hey guys, I got Graham Bessinger coming over in a little bit. Like, you might not want to be in bed. I believe this is scripted. It has to be.
Let's let him watch the movie, but...
Recovering? Was last night fun?
It was wild.
Oh man, imagine just being in bed all day recovering from last. I mean, I don't know about you. To me, that just seems miserable. Like, I'd want to wake up and start the day. I wouldn't want to be spending all day recovering. But you know what? To each their own.
So a closet probably meant for a family of people?
Or a guy that doesn't wear the same thing every day. That's the wardrobe right there, you're looking at it.
Yeah, he's taking the Zuckerberg approach, which is basically like you eliminate all the choices in your life. So the fewer choices you have, the more energy you're gonna have throughout the day because you don't get fatigued by, deciding, oh, do I wanna put coffee in my creamer? Do I want to put creamer in my coffee today? Which laptop do I want to use? What shirt do I want to put on? So if you could simplify stuff like this with, I guess, white t-shirts, all the better.
My finest cat there.
How many cats do you have?
Got 2.
And you've always been a cat guy?
I do.
Okay.
He seems like a cat guy.
I do.
I don't mean that in a disrespectful way because I love cats. But the thing with cats is that you don't have to pay a lot of attention to him. A cat is something that like Ramsey could be over here all day, 10 feet away from me, not giving me any attention, and he's perfectly fine. And if I go over and give him too much attention, he just walks away. He doesn't want it. So I could see him being the type that's like he wants companionship with an animal, but not an animal who's gonna be up in his face all the time. So I get that.
You have a chlamydia test, a syphilis test.
Gotta check for the syphilis.
My gosh, he's got a whole science lab in his closet. It's like, what do you expect? People to be like a walking petri dish at this point. Be like, all right, come into the house, let's test you, and like you run all their vitals. Like you have to see what they have. Gosh, it's listen, that's commitment to his Dan Bilzerian lifestyle.
An HIV test.
I mean, it's all blood work, dude.
But you know what? At least, let's give him credit for this. He's being safe about it, At least he's putting his health first, I
mean, I get everything. It's like, your test levels, your HGH, your estrogen, like the whole thing. So it's like fine-tuning a race car. when you start with your hormones, you really gotta like watch, you know? A lot of people just do cycles and they're not monitoring, but when you monitor, you can like really, you know, just get everything perfect.
Oh, so, okay, so what I'm getting at with a lot of this testing is that he might be using stuff to help him build more muscle. And he's implying that if you test everything and you're really careful about it, it can be done, you know, successfully for him. So I have no clue if that's the case or not, but, you know, I mean, he's got a good upper body, you know?
Another guest room.
What's this guy like to party with?
A lot of fun. Quiet, but I don't know.
I like how he's just like getting reviews of Dan Bilzerian in front of Dan Bilzerian.
What's Dan like last night?
Man, it was a lot of fun, but, is there something I could puke in? I'm not feeling very well.
It's like, I don't know. Again, it's not my cup of coffee. I was about to say cup of tea. Not my cup of coffee. But to me, if they're still in bed after like 10 a.m., there's a problem. Again, just not for me.
Tell me about the cars.
So this is the one.
Oh man, this is the garage I love to have. See, my garage is so bad. It's like we got 2 garages on either side, and then the front door is like in between those 2 garages, right? So when you want to pull a car into the garage, first of all, you can't have any other car parked in the driveway. And then not only that, but you have to angle your car just the right direction to be able to fit in. Otherwise, you're scraping everything. And in the other car, you have to pull in at just the right angle with like a 15-point turn. It's terrible. A garage like this, I have to say, would be so nice.
So this is the one that I beat Tom in that race in the book.
I love the chrome, by the way, with the flat matte stripe. I love this car. If I could get a car like this, I would love to do it. The only thing is, if this is in Vegas, imagine how hot this car gets if you park it out in the sun for like more than 20 minutes. You touch that, it's gonna burn you. So how does he drive it and not be like in sunlight without this car like being a scorching hot ember by the time you're done with it?
He was just talking you know, he's like, you know, I got this new Ferrari, blah, blah, blah.
You don't really realize how high his shorts are until you see this shot here. I think that was the style in, the 80s, right? To wear the really short shorts like he's about to play volleyball or something. But, you know, just walking through the house.
Gave me like 0.2 of a second, he spotted me. Yeah, I just smoked his ass. I beat him by like a full second. Bentley rolls, and that's the caddy.
Great collection of cars. I mean, for him, it's classy, it's well respected, gets the job done. It's got a lot of power. All of them do, especially the Cullinan and the Bentley. Great cars. Good collection.
Dude, I put like 1,000 miles on my cars a year. I do the dirt stuff, like the off-roading. That's really where I like do most of my driving.
Oh wow, imagine seeing that down the street. This would be fun to drive. I want one of those. That's where you just don't care. You could go over speed bumps and curbs and like drive on sidewalks, do whatever you want.
What's this?
This is the Tortoise little swimming pool, and then we got some tortoises running around over there somewhere.
Oh, no way.
Oh, that's so neat. See, he likes the pets that you could basically just watch. They do their own thing, and you don't have to be bothered by it. Look at a tortoise is never going to come up to you like scratching you for attention. A tortoise is going to be a tortoise. That's why I think he would like fish a lot. He'd love fish. Just look at the fish. They don't need you around too often. Set up an automatic feeder, and you're good to go.
Why tortoises?
It was actually a gift, but I mean, I don't know, man. I just really love tortoises. This is the paintball field.
Oh, this is?
Yeah, so they bring out these inflatable bunkers, set it up, and then, yeah, man.
And you got the lights and everything.
Yeah, no, we were playing at like 2 a.m.
No way. See, he's got everything branded, so he's able to write it off. Slap the logo on it. Boom, right off.
I mean, you can get the bloody welts, man. It's no joke. I mean, like when you're playing shirtless, it'll draw blood.
And why would you play shirtless?
It's like an ego thing, man.
See, you don't know if it's just because it's like really hot out in Las Vegas and he's just like, it's too hot to wear all this gear. Or if he's like, you know, I've worked too hard to get like a bod like this. And you know what? Why bother covering it up at this point? If I've spent 10 years sculpting these abs, I'm gonna be in front of everybody shirtless just to prove a point, you know?
Then sometimes we'll get the refs to go out there and like do crazy shit.
Like what?
Well, I mean, I'll bring out like some money and then just have like one guy against 5 of them, and if he survives, I'll give him like $1,000. Running the gauntlet where you got like 15 guys on this side, you know, one guy running down, you know, just wearing underwear. Just stupid.
This kind of reminds me of that movie Rat Race, where Donald Sinclair basically pays people to do these crazy things so they can all watch and bet on it. That's Dan Bilzerian. He's paying people to do crazy stuff for his own entertainment.
How much time do you spend in here?
Maybe like 5 hours a week.
5 hours a week? That's not bad at all. Gosh, well, I guess an hour a day, 5 days a week. You know what? I guess if you have the diet down and, I guess in his case, some supplements, anything is possible. I've always been under the mindset that it takes like, an hour and a half a day, and you see the people like training 7 days a week to get like sculpted. But you know what? Maybe in this case, less is more.
Like when I was growing up, it was like Rocky, you'd eat the egg whites and go run as hard as you could, and it wasn't scientific.
Wait, is that the rec? That's the rec center. No way. That's a mansion. He's got a mansion as a rec center. Look how many AC units he has. Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got at least 5 or 6 AC units on the rec room.
Yes, this used to be ice hockey, and now it's kind of, a little basketball, tennis, if you want to play volleyball.
Where does he live? He's got a whole compound in his house. He's got like an amusement park in his backyard, an ice skating rink. What? A paintball court? How? I mean, I know how. It's just like you have enough money, you can do anything you want. But where do you find, how much does this cost? How much does this cost?
5 minutes later.
All right, I have no idea, but I'm guessing for a place like this, if it's in Las Vegas, he's probably spending, I don't know, minimum $50,000 a month. Realistically, I don't know, $120,000 a month, $100,000 a month, give or take for a compound like this. My guess, I'll say $100,000 a month. My guess is how much he's paying for that.
You want to hit some balls?
Yeah, sure. How fast do you have that going?
It's like 80 bucks.
No way. He's got Disneyland here. It's Disneyland. Why would you ever leave this place? Why would you ever want to grow up at this point if you could just like play baseball all day, play basketball, just do whatever? It's fun. This seems like a great time to me.
What's the fastest you've ever hit one at?
I mean, probably like 90.
He's not hitting them very well though. At least have him hit a good ball.
You play baseball back in the day?
I did. I would have played college ball if I didn't go in the military.
What if he's not wearing a helmet and he has to like dodge the ball when it comes ricocheting back towards his head?
All right, so tell me about this airbag. I understand there was a little bit of a snafu this summer.
Liability is what this thing is. Girl jumped into the damn thing when it inflated and she had some problems. So,
is she okay?
Yeah, she broke her leg, but she's fine now.
Oh man, that's why you have insurance. He must have insurance out the wazoo. I'm curious how much he spends on that. It's gotta be like $20,000 a month for insurance, especially for all the guests that he has constantly staying in his property who are also drinking a lot. And that's a recipe for so many issues that could come up. You drink, you play paintball, you're in front of a batting cage, you try to ice skate while doing this. Something is going to happen, and then they're going to go to Dan and say,
Well, Dan, you should have told me not to drink while playing paintball shirtless while jumping in the thing.
it's just like it's common sense stuff, but they're going to sue him basically for like millions of dollars because he should have known better. I don't know. But anyway, insurance must be a lot.
Yeah, you want to go in it?
Yeah. I mean, you can go first just to be sure it's inflated. What are you gonna do?
I mean, the trust fall will freak you out the most. You just...
Really?
Oh man, I'm getting anxious. Watching that. I would have a difficult time just jumping off that to begin. I hate heights. I hate that. But then not to know if it's inflated or not, and to do that, like, you have a broken back.
Look at me the whole time, so that way, you don't like overgo. A little bit of a trip, I know.
My hands are
They are.
I wouldn't do it. I mean, you know what? If Dan paid me, I would do it. Otherwise, like, what's the point? Like, what do I get from that? Get my heart racing a little bit? No, I don't need that.
Arms out and just make sure you look up at the thing. Yeah. Just look, yep. There you go.
Well, I did a better job than I would have. So this crazy house, Dan, crazy house. If you ever want me to go and react to it in person, I promise there won't be any lawsuits. I'm not going to get hurt doing anything, so I'd be a pretty safe person to visit the house and do a proper tour. 6 minutes, 20 9 seconds, not long enough. We'll do a proper like 15, 20-minute tour. We'll get all the good spots. If anyone has a connection to Dan who wants to make that happen, let me know. But otherwise, great video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure, by the way, before you forget, subscribe. It's totally free to do. Hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Also, feel free to add me on the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour. We post new episodes there every single Sunday. Thank you guys so much, and until next time.